Hello everyone, Phoenix Tyler here, and today I'm going to be discussing my likes and dislikes about the new 6.0.2 patch for World of Warcraft. Now, the 6.0.2 is the pre-events for what's going to be Warlords of Draenor. Overall, I'm liking it, but there's a little bit things that I really dislike, but there's also some things I really like. So, let's get this started. First with likes. I have to say my favorite thing that I've gone through so far would be the pre-made feature, pre-made group feature, where you can start a group or look through groups that are already made and go into like old legacy raids such as Dragon Soul, Ice Crown, and such. Now, for someone like me who enjoys going back and doing old raids every now and then, I can't tell you how many times I just went back and did Ice Crown or Dragon Soul or Molten Core or Blackwing Lair. I've done them all a bunch of times because every now and then, constantly grinding the new raids gets really boring. I had that with Dragon Soul, and I'm going through it now with Siege. You do it so many times that you just don't look forward to going in there anymore. It's because pretty much there was a chart, and if I can find it, I'll have it posted in the video right now. I gotta go back and look for it. That they're making you stay in the end content much longer than they did in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. And after a couple months of grinding the same raid over and over and over, it gets really boring. So to have that option to, join another group that's sick of it too and wants to go do Ice Crown is a huge like for me. I love the idea. I tried to get in one and the group had no clue what they were doing, so it wasn't the best experience first off, but I like the idea, and if we can get more people that know what they're doing to go in these dungeons, old raids, then that's even better. The next thing I have to say I like is the character models. Blizzard hit a home run with most of them, and I'll discuss why I say most of them later on in the video. But everything about them looks really awesome. The way if you go into battle, the face, they look determined, they look mad, they look ready to fight. When you laugh, the facial expression, the eyebrows, the eyes, they all move. It's really cool. It's really awesome. Little things like that make me happy. So, that was a huge plus. Not only that, I love now that when you went to change your look of your character, you had to pay for it, or you had to create another tune. Now you can go right into the barbershop and change your face. I was really worried about that when I think I touched on this in my Upper Blackrock Spire video, but when you're choosing or setting up your new tune, you have to tune a face or change a face. So you have to choose a face, and you're stuck with that face. And after a little bit of playing, you might be like, that doesn't look right anymore. I wish I could change this. Well, now you can. The barbershop has that option. And when I heard about the new character models, I was worried that the face I chose on my tunes was going to look... I wasn't going to like the way it looked anymore. And I was going to get stuck with that tune because there was no way to change the face without paying for it or deleting the character and creating a new one. So when I went in, I went to check and see if there was any new hairstyles or beard styles, especially for like my dwarfs and stuff. I saw there was an option to change the face, and that got me. I really like that. And now if I level a tune, to level 30 and like, I don't like the way that face looks anymore, I can just go in and change it. Simple. And come on, I gotta say it, I play mostly Alliance, but the orcs look awesome. I have an orc warrior and he looks completely badass, pretty much. I love my human death knight, I love my Draenor paladins, stuff like that, but the orcs they hit a home run with the orcs. Anyway, on to the next, and that's going to be the Shaman Ghost Wolf now. It was pretty much just a plain transparent wolf before, and then they give you a glyph to change it up a little bit, made it a little bit lighter, made it I don't know how to put it, but they changed it up a little bit. But now they look completely different. They look like the new wolf models for Warlords, and it blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, that looks so much better. Thank you, Blizzard. Looks awesome. And with a new level 90 shaman I just finished leveling, it was a great surprise. Another thing that I touched on in my Upper Blackrock Spire video is the new dungeon feature on the side, on the right hand side underneath your mini map. It actually tells you which bosses you have done, which ones you have left. And not only that, I learned now that when you're leveling up, you actually get a little bit of XP and a little bit of gold for each one of those objectives you complete on the side. So not only is it a checklist of what bosses you've done, what ones you haven't, but it's also an objective that gives you a little bit of experience and gold. And it's really nice for those really long dungeons as you're leveling up and you need to defeat all bosses, whereas other people only, they skip 2 or 3 and then you have to run all the way back. So I liked it a lot. The last thing that I wouldn't say I like it or dislike it, because it could go on both lists, and that's no guild levels. I like having no guild levels because that gives smaller guilds a more chance to expand. A lot of people, when you first created a tune, especially on high population servers, you got spammed with constant guild invites to level 1, level 5, guilds like that. And now you can go out and start a guild and not have to worry about not getting people because they went level 25 for that XP perk. So that, on that hand, it's good, but on the other hand, it's kind of bad because that takes away the guild perk for experience. The reason why a lot of people wanted to join a guild was for that little bit XP bonus. So I think you're going to see a lot more people just not joining a guild, and they're going to lose out on that social aspect of the game. So the whole guild change could go on both like and dislike. So that was my first dislike. The second has to be that the chopper that they just put in the game, I don't know why I thought that it was going to be for both Horde and Alliance, because you're putting only one of them in game, and if you made it just for the Horde, it kind of makes the Alliance left out, and that's exactly what Blizzard did. They put it in game, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited!" And I gotta jump on this. And then I actually think, on beta, I think it was for both Horde and Alliance, because I used it on a human paladin, I believe. So they took that out. It's now only for Horde side. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I tried to get on it today on my Draenor Paladin. It wouldn't let me. It said it required Horde. And instead of just, making the mount free for both Horde and Alliance, they're going to put the Alliance it's not a trike, the Alliance chopper, in game, and it's going to cost 100k gold for that ugly piece of crap. Can I pay 100k gold and get the... I wouldn't even pay 100k gold to get the chopper on the Horde chopper on its side. So that just kind of made me mad when I realized it was just for Horde only. Which again, I don't know why I was thinking, because it was Horde versus Alliance. The next thing... remember earlier in the video when I said not all character models were that great? And when I say that, I mean the Tauren. The Tauren now look like, to me, something you find on Cartoon Network. They look so cartoony. Instead of being these big, mean-looking, toons that they were prior to this patch, they now look like big goofballs. I don't know if it's just me. I know my wife, laughed at it when she first saw it, and I told her that how cartoony it looked. But that was, to me, a fail on Blizzard's part. The Tauren were my favorite character models in game. They just, especially if you were a plate wearer, they looked amazing. Now, not so much, because every time I see one, I'm like, really, Blizzard? But that was the only thing I disliked about the character models, was the Tauren. The last thing that's on my dislike list is the quick quest chain for the pre-event. It's really not all that interesting, and it's really quick to get through. It's only a few quests, and all you have to do is kill orcs pretty much the whole time. That's pretty much the pre-event. I can't remember. I think it was the Cataclysm pre-event where you had to go take back Nomergon. I loved that pre-event. It wasn't all that long, but it was really interesting, especially when you got to go into Nomergon and fight. I loved it. This pre-event, yeah, you get a title and a pet. The pet's not all that great. The title's, but I came back for it, and I wasn't all that impressed. I was more impressed with the new changes than the quest line, the pre-event stuff. So that's my dislikes and likes. Overall, it looks pretty good. It looks like a much better patch than, it looks like a much better expansion than Mist. I think it's the storyline, everybody's like, but he's going back in time. That makes no sense. The storyline's completely different. But I'm like, I don't know. I think Blizzard's going to do a good job on this. I think the storyline's going to make a whole hell of a lot more sense than what Mop did. I mean, Cataclysm, I liked it because it kind of made sense. It brought you back to the Eastern Kingdoms. It brought you back to Kalimdor. You didn't have to go off to Northrend. You didn't have to go to Pandaria. And then Pandaria came along, and I don't know, it just it felt to me like it was something they just like sketched up. They're like, okay, so we got pandas. How are we going to make that so that Garrosh goes back in time? Let's try to connect it best possible. It was Mist ruin WoW for me. Hopefully Warlords changes that for me. I more than likely will buy it. It probably won't be on release day. Me and my wife both play, so that's $100 just for the 2 expansions. for her and for me, and that's $30 for a subscription fee. So that's $130 right around Christmas time, when I have to buy gifts for, you know, the kids. The kids' Christmas comes way before me and my wife's Christmas. That's how it's been every year. So I probably won't have it on release day. It'll probably be sometime January before I eventually end up getting it. But I more than likely will, especially if they run a sale on it. Yep, I'm buying it. So that's my video for today, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. I greatly appreciate it. I do have another video coming for WoW, which will be the quest line, and if it is different on the Horde side, I ran it on my Draenor Paladin, so if it's a little bit different on the Horde side, I'll also post the Horde version of it. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you click subscribe, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Goodbye.